Hello and welcome to Car Mechanic Simulator 2018 with me, Kevin Sawyer. Hope you guys and girls are all well and enjoying your day, whatever you're up to. Right, so we're working on this bad boy over here, which is, if I can remember rightly, and I'm probably going to mispronounce this because it's a 1939 Delahaye replica. Looks more like a Daimler to me, or even a Jag. I'd hate to say it. It does look like a Jag on the front. Anyway, of course, it's made by the modder of the name, or the modders, or it could be modders or modder, Felicics, and I'll of course leave a link in the description down below, so you guys can have a look at this and have a play with it yourselves. And I'm going to do a full restore on this, so let's start off and away. I've been spending a lot of money on sort of like other bits and bobs, buying other cars and stuff, and I went nuts and bought some other bits and bobs and bought a lot of other stuff, so it's like that's why we've got hardly no money left. But anyway, let's I think I've only got one of these, so I'm not planning on selling this. I'm going to probably keep it. I've got a load of cars which I know I need to flip, and everything else. Let's start taking the body panels off. So it's a bit laggy. I don't know what that's all about, whether it's this mod that's causing it or something that's causing it. But let's start off with taking those off. Take that out. But don't. This has. Actually, I should have done a. Oh, it's got. Wow, a brand new spare tyre in it. That looks pretty epic. Okay, remove that. Now, I know you can have that. It's weird because I think you can have that in a closed or open position. If memory serves me right. Looking at the pictures. Let's take care of that. That's the radiator. There's nothing else. Looks like the seats. We can take. The seats look fairly new to me. I hate to say it, they look fairly new. Let's take all that out as well. It's got battery in it. This one has at least. I have taken bits out of it, but as present things stand, it was roughly. It's kind of right. 20,000. It's 20,000, just over 20,000 now, but it says it's going to be about 25 when we initially started this. Let's take the battery out. There's not much left on this thing actually. And stick the battery over there. Stick that on charge. That's good. Right. I found a few more of these. Funnily, I've downloaded a couple of VW ones, which I've been looking for, and I can't get them in the either in the auctions or the scrapyard. And there's one, it's old Golf, the VW 300 SL, I think it is, and the Golf GTI, which is not a Mark II, it's a late one, I think it's a Mark III maybe. I'd rather a Mark II, but it's a Golf, so I thought I'd grab it off the Steam workshop. And we'll start taking all these bits off. It's quite complicated. Sorry guys, massive frame lag there. I think I've still got a few things opened in the background which I need to get rid of. I'll do this between episodes. I'll check what's going on. I'll plough on regardless. Just apologise for any lag in advance. Of course, it won't let me. Yuck. Take that off. I'm not getting many people watch this now. I noticed in the last episode, the pickup, there literally had 4 views on it, and I'm beginning to think maybe it's time to call it a day on this. As much as I enjoy recording it for you guys and girls that do still watch it, it's a case of if it's getting to that point where numbers are just too low to really worth spending 2 hours worth of editing and uploading on it. It's just not worth it. I still enjoy doing it, don't get me wrong. It's just if I'm only getting like 4 views on it. I think the last one was 4 views. Seems a bit academic, but I'll just see how it goes. If people start jumping up and down, go no, sorry, da. You've been busy, whatever. Then I'll continue. If not, I'll do this one, and I think I'll leave that. If I don't hear anything from you guys, I'll leave that racing car as the last episode for this. As much as I've got loads of stuff lined up for this, which is, you know, there's a pretty interesting mod I found, which is kind of funny. I found another interesting one today. I've yet to buy the new one I found. Because I can't find it in the scrapyard or the auction house. It is quite interesting, and it's a bit out there sort of thing. It's not something, well, you'd see it in a workshop, but not this sort of workshop. I mean, I don't want to say any more than that because I don't want to spoil it. There it goes. It's going to move over to the front end. Back end's completely stripped. Need to take that wheel out. I think it's got steering wheel. Take them off. This is the whole thing. It's knackered, really. See what we can save and what we can't. Right, take that out. Take that out. Wow. Can I get that from here? No, I didn't think I could. I might have to take. I'm definitely going to take the gearbox out from here now. Oh yeah, well, I'm going to start up. Just as well. Take that out. There's been something I didn't mention. There's been an update recently on this. Now there's gearbox tuning, so now you can actually buy your own gearbox. It's customizable, so you can actually tune it to have a long or tall ratio setup. Now, for you guys that don't know what ratios are, basically it's I won't go into the engineering term phrase, but basically it's the way that it's the spacing between the gears and the ratio of it. So if you get a tall ratio, it's very slow acceleration but very high top end speed. So you'd have something that's got a tall ratio, it's for something that's got a very high torque rating or high torque rated engine, and it can get an ultimate very high top speed. If it's a short ratio, then it's more geared for higher acceleration but lower top speed. So you'll go really quick from 0 to 60, but once you get past like 60 to 90 to 100, you might find that the engine the gearbox reaches the top end of its ratio, and then you can't go any quicker. You can have mid ratio, which is sort of like best of both worlds. It gives you a slightly better top speed. It does slightly reduce your acceleration down, but not enough to really. It would be if the engine was low powered, but not enough to make any real difference to the acceleration. Let's throw that down. There was a steering wheel, still Disassemble Johnny 5, right, that's that out. So we need to take that out. Let me, please. That. That's the only thing that's left in here. I might as well just pull that. Oh, I might not pull the whole thing because of the crank. I might as well just pull that out from in here. Mind you, will that let? No, bet not, because I don't think that let me put that on the. Well, will it? There's only one way of finding out. This could go badly wrong. Or really right. It's an experiment. Welcome to Experimental Car Mechanics Simulator. Right, let's see what I can restore it first. The engine might not make it. Might end up getting mullered in the restoration process. But a lot of it's making it. Now the thing is, there's the gap. I was thought about. Well, actually, I might do it. I might do it on the race car. Actually, the gearbox aspects. But if I go up to the menu here, look, I'll show you. See here, tune parts. It won't let me customize because I don't have a customizable gearbox. But if I go to the tablet and then go gear grip, nice. Go to there. You can buy a gearbox from here, and it's fully customizable. So you can just adjust the gear ratios to suit yourself. I don't see how that'd have any relevance. The only relevance that's going to have is on a speed track. See if you can increase your top speed. But that's the only thing I can think it would have any relevance in. But anyway, let's take a look at the as it stands. It's not got nothing left in it, don't think. No. Okay, so just a body shell on its own in poor state. It's looking just over 6.5. Sorry, 7,500. So let's get the welder. Let's do the test first. I get a sneaky feeling I won't be able to do it. Yeah, I had a funny feeling that might be the case. Just as well I had my gut instinct told me that was going to be the case. In fact, I don't think we can restore that. Because that didn't let us restore it anyway. Just double check. Nah. Okay, but just because it won't let me build it on a bench, I've got to stick this back. Stupid. I don't understand why, but it won't let me do it. It won't let me just stick the engine onto the crane, which is stupid, or the stand, I should say. Makes no sense, but there we go. And I'm going to be taking that back off and buying a new one in a minute, but that's the only way I can get around it. So I'll leave that there, because we're going to need that later, or the next episode. I'll move this over to lifter 1, and I'll go and get the welder as well. And use equipment. Mind your eyes, peeps. Looking good. Looking very good, actually. Use equipment. Are you sure? Right. Okay, so let's have a look. Status now with it fully restored bodywork and frame interior. It's already jumped up quite a fair bit amount. So it's £3,307 and 1 pence. Let's 30. Hang on. Am I reading right? I think I'm reading now. 33,700 and yeah. Okay, quite considerable. Right, I like that tyre on the inside. That's quite a nice touch. Right. Anyway, so that's all that done. So we can return all these bits to sender. Return to sender. Return to sender. Right, and let's start putting the chassis, whatever survived the restoration process, back together. Again, I'll put the engine back together off screen, just to save longevity of the video. Makes a nice difference. Though I don't think this would have this kind of in fact, I probably know this wouldn't have this sort of like suspension setup in the back. This is way too modern for this sort of car. Of course, they could have updated it. Of course, because a lot of tuning people do that. They update suspension to like modern wise where they can. Obviously, if it means butchering too much of the bodywork, then they can't do it. But that needs replacing, so we need to get that. Just grab what we can. That's made it. We need to get some brakes and stuff as well. I think I've got some keep bushings, so that can go in. Did the arms make it? Yeah, that one did anyway. Now, I know those wouldn't have made... Oh, they did. There's some rear springs I'm probably going to have to get in caps. So we'll leave them for now. Let's go over to the other side. And rinse and repeat again. That made it. And that did make it, of course, because it never does. That made it. That made it, of course. Did that make it? No, that didn't make it. But I didn't see if that made it on that side, so we'll do that quickly first. That made it. Quickly checking things out over there. So, what do we need to buy? 2 rear springs at least, 2 rear hub type 3s, 2 shock absorber type A's, and 1 of them. Right, and brakes and stuff, I'll do all that as well. So, let's come out of here. Suspension. I noticed this recently, click on it and nothing happens. So... shock absorber type A's, wouldn't it? I'm gonna know I need 2 of them, and 2 rear springs. I know I need 1 of those. Well, wheel hub type 3, I'm sure it's 2 of those as well. I need 2 of those, I know. 2 of those, maybe 4 of those. I'll buy 4 for now. One of them, I'm sure it's one of them. And then link. 2 of them, I think you need. Mind you, might put one already in, I think. It's like lower suspension arm thing as well. Where's that? Not jumping out at me. Nah, one of them. Right, probably forgotten something, I know I have, but let's stick the bits we do have already on. My brakes, yeah, I've got those. I must get that. Brakes. This will be rear wheel drive, so stick these in there. Yeah, I need brakes. They might have to put the rear shock, rear sway bar in before it let you do that. So I've got to get rear sway bar type B. I'll worry about that in a sec. Stick that on. Stick that on. Rear hub. No, I bought one out, so I stick them in. So I need a rear sway bar type B. One of them at least, I think. Oh, brakes, yes, brakes. Do that. Put the bearing in. Did these make it? They did make it. I can start putting them in. The differentials there, I don't need to worry if the engine's not there. Do the rear springs in a sec. Put the road bar in first. The end links in. Side. Hang on, what? Did I just have 4? I think I've just had 4 springs. I didn't just restore those springs, or I've been holding on to some springs I've forgotten about. More than likely. No. Good. And link can go in as well. Put the top arm in one. Oh, that didn't make it. Okay, so I'm gonna do get our top arm upper suspension on. And I'll get the brakes and stuff in a sec. Right, brakes. Brakes, 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 brakes. Brakes. So I'm gonna need 2 of those, 2 vented, 2 regular brake discs, 4 sets of those, and that's it for now. I don't know if we need any calipers or anything, because I didn't see what survived the initial restoration or not. Bonk, bonk. Again, there'd be probably drums on this, but again, if it's based off a replica, I've seen the company that is meant to be from, and they tend to, what they do is they upgrade all the stuff, so then all the transmission, all the engine, so it's modern day, so it's more easier to use on a daily basis. Did the steering rack make it? I've got to get 2 inner and out as well, so track rods, and track rod ends. One of them made it, at least. Excuse me as I'm moving around. That made it 2. No, got 2 then. Looks like the calipers made it, but one of the brake cylinders, or pistons as I still call them, didn't make it. And we've got to get a front knuckle type C, and some, I think this is double wishbone suspension. It is actually. See if I can complete any of this first. And I think we need to do the, I'm sure I put the front suspension kits already. We'll soon find out. Oh, hang on, we're out of rubber bushings again. Surprise, surprise. I go through them like sweets. Right, so I need some rubber bushings for sure. 2 inner and 2 outer. Well, another 30 of them, because as I say, I always go through them like sweets, so there we go. Excuse me. Right, because I'm getting the chairs and getting tired, I think. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah. Not bottom one made it. Donk, donk, donk. No, I didn't connect them yet. So I'm going to throw one onto the compressor if I did buy. I'm sure I bought the parts. No, I didn't. Okay. I'll buy the parts now. So scroll up, and we need 2 of those. 2 of those. 2 of those. We didn't get them. Get them while I'm mad. Right, and join part, please. Like that. And while it's doing that, I'm going to start taking one of separating some of these tyres. so let's throw one in at least. That's one. Done. On there, I'll quickly put the inner and outer tower rod in at the exact same time. So put that in. And put that on. And it's ready for a wheel, but I'm not going to put that on yet. There's none left, so I can start separating the old ones. I think I've still got a couple left from the last job I did. Cool, that's looking good so far, peeps. I think that's as much as I can do to body. Well, the rolling chassis. Oh, this side I've got complete, so make it fair. I better complete that side. That's all done. Just need to come over here and do this side. I don't think I got the knuckle, did I? Right. That's probably why I didn't do that side. Front knuckle type C. There we go. Must remember the brakes. Knuckle cover, didn't make it over. No, that's the rear one. I want the front one, please. Oh, front hub. Front wheel hub. Hold on. Put that in. Put the brakes on. Let's go get them done. I think I'm going to need a new piston though. Yeah. Brake cylinders and caliper. Yeah, that's still on workbench, isn't it? Yeah. Let's grab that out. Take that out. And grab that one as well. And separate another one. We've got another one to separate. Last one. Believe. Whoops. Mount. Zoink. No. Why? Did I not grab it off? Oh, I didn't join it. Idiot kid. Okay, keep going. Get the top bit in then while I'm waiting for that to compress. Like that. It should be done by now, so run under here. Take. That's it, nice shiny brand new one. Right, so I'm going to put the brake master cylinder in. Okay. didn't make it. Cool. Right, I think that is more or less the whole rolling chassis bar, the wheels on. So let's see how much this thing's worth now. It's almost doubled since I last looked. Looking pretty good. Right, I think I'll leave it at that, peeps. But I hope you guys and girls enjoyed this episode. If you did, please don't forget to like. If you didn't happen to enjoy this episode, again, guys and girls, please feel free to dislike. But please let me know why in the comments down below, so I can improve in the future. If you know anyone that may also enjoy watching this, again, guys and girls, please feel free to share. It helps me a lot, and I don't mind you sharing. And if you're new to my channel, you want to see future episodes of this or anything else I'm working on, please don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ta for now.